Hello children, how are you? I hope you all are doing well, studying well, obeying your parents and trying to find out more and more information about things around us. Alright children, so we have already studied about our universe. Now in this chapter we are going to talk about Earth, our blue planet. So we all live on which planet? We all live on the planet Earth. Okay, so let's know what is this Earth about. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to talk about the Earth, we are going to talk about the solar system and we are going to talk about the movements of the Earth. Okay, so let's first talk about our Earth. We all know that Earth is very unique. Okay, वो सबसे हटके. And why is that so? That is the reason behind that is that it is the only planet. एक ऐसा planet है जहाँ पे life can exist. Okay, people can survive. If people go on any other planet, the conditions on that planet are such that life survival is not at all possible. But the Earth, okay, it's such a unique planet जहाँ पे life is possible. Okay, so now our Earth is a unique planet. It is the only known planet in our solar system which supports life. Okay, nearly 71% of its surface is covered with water. That gives it a blue color. Okay, in fact, the Earth looks like a round blue marble due to the presence of water on it in large quantity. The Earth is also called a blue planet, and the remaining 29% is the land. Okay, life is possible on the Earth because of the presence of water and air. So children, it's a very unique planet. जैसे कि मैंने आपसे सबसे कहा, okay, because यहाँ पे life is possible. क्यों? For survival, we require, what do we require? We require water, we require air. Without air, without water, we will not be able to survive. Okay, so these are the basic necessities. Okay, food आ गया, air आ गया, water आ गया. Okay, food is formed with the help of whom? They are formed with the help of plants. Okay, and plants, what do they require for survival? They require the air and they require the water, isn't it? So इसकी वजह से we all are able to live on Earth because it has the necessary conditions. Okay, अब Earth पे 71% of the Earth is covered with what? It is covered with water, and rest 29% is land. Okay, that is the reason why life is possible. Now, land पे क्या होता है? Land पे you have plants, you have trees, from where we get our food. Okay, now in ancient times, people did not know much about the Earth. They believed that the Earth was flat and it had steep edges. They did not travel to far off places as they feared that they would fall off the edges. Okay, in the year 1519, Ferdinand Magellan, okay, set sail from Spain. He started from the west and kept sailing for 3 years. In the end of his sailing, he reached where he had started from. This proved that the Earth is round. After some years, Sir Isaac Newton found that the Earth is not completely round. It is somewhat flattened at its poles. So, पुराने ज़माने में लोगों को लगता था कि Earth is very flat. Okay, Earth round नहीं है बल्कि Earth flat है. और उसके steep edges है. That means if they reach the edge means corner. Okay, तो वो गिर जाएंगे. Okay, and they will not be able to live, is what they used to feel. So इसकी वजह से लोग दूर दूर नहीं जाते थे. But okay, in the year 1519, Ferdinand Magellan, okay, he started from Spain. So उस time पे aircrafts and all were not there. So he went through a boat. Okay, he went on a ship and it started sailing. And then what he discovered was that कि 3 साल बाद he reached the place from where he had started. इसकी वजह से, okay, he discovered that the Earth is round. You will always come back, okay, to the place from where you've started. Okay, now he started from the west. and kept sailing for 3 years, and in the end of his sailing he reached where he had started. This proved that the earth is round. फिर उसके बाद सर आइजैक न्यूटन ने बताया कि अर्थ इज़ नॉट कम्प्लीटली राउंड. उनकी डिस्कवरी थी कि ये कम्प्लीटली राउंड नहीं है. उनके जो पोल्स होते हैं वहाँ पे इट इज़ फ्लैटन. इट इज़ फ्लैट एट दी poles. Now, Earth can be divided into 3 main layers: crust, mantle and core. The outermost layer is called the crust, the middle layer is called the mantle, and the innermost layer is called the core. The core has a very high temperature, but when one moves up towards the crust, it reduces. So, if you look at this diagram, आपको दिखाई देगा कि अर्थ को जो है इट हैज़ बीन डिवाइडेड इनटू 3 पार्ट्स. सो जो बाहर का लेयर जो दिख रहा है अर्थ का, व्हाट इज़ इट नोन एज? इट इज़ नोन एज द क्रस्ट. उसके बीच वाला लेयर जो है वो है मैंटल, और सबसे अंदर जो है दैट इज़ नोन एज द कोर. अब दिस कोर जहाँ जो है इट इज़ वेरी हॉट. इट हैज़ वेरी हाई टेम्परेचर. But when one moves towards the crust, the temperature reduces. So ये core में ठंडा होता है. जैसे जैसे you move away from the core and start reaching towards the outer part, धीरे धीरे temperature जो है वो normal होने लगता है, and then it moves, it starts reducing. So this diagram shows us that this is the ball that you see in between is the inner crust, then you have the outer crust, then you have the mantle which is the middle, फिर आता है asthenosphere, then you have the continental crust, and then you have the oceanic crust. So these are the different layers of the earth. Now let's talk about atmosphere. What is the atmosphere? So the layer of earth that surrounds the earth is called the atmosphere. The earth is surrounded by a layer of earth which is known as the atmosphere. We cannot see the air or touch it, but we can only feel when it moves. So जो हमारे आसपास जो air है, जो हवा चल रही है, what is it? It is atmosphere. अब can we see it? No. Can we feel it? Yes. Can we hear it? We can hear it only when the objects move, when the air is blowing. So we can only feel it when it moves. There are many gases in the atmosphere. One of them is oxygen, which is necessary for plants and animals, and we need oxygen to breathe. So जैसे कि अर्थ के अंदर there are many layers of gases also involved, which are present in the atmosphere. उसमें से एक है oxygen, and we need that for our survival. We inhale or we breathe in, oxygen, and we exhale what? We exhale carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is inhaled by whom? By the plants. और फिर plants हमें क्या देते हैं? Oxygen. So now you know that we are all dependent on each other, right? So now we need oxygen to breathe. Now next word that you will hear is the horizon. What is a horizon? So if you look from a distance, the earth and the sky seem to meet at a point. But this does not actually happen. It appears because of the big size of the earth. The line at which the earth's surface and the sky appear to meet is known as the horizon. So कभी-कभी अभी अगर आप ड्राइव करके जा रहे हो, so आपको ऐसे फील होगा कि वो रास्ता एंड हो रहा है and you're entering into the zone of the sky. But it actually does not happen. So but this point where the sky and the earth seem to be meeting, ये पॉइंट जो होता है जहाँ पे आपको फील होता है कि अरे, या फिर आप अगर कहीं बीच पे गए हो तो आपको ऐसे लगेगा दैट द सी इज मीटिंग द स्काई. सो इफ आपको लगता होगा कि इफ आई गो बाय शिप, आई विल बी एबल टू मीट the sky or reach to the sky, but that's not a fact, okay? It is just a point that we see where the earth and the sky meet. Now this point is known as the horizon. ऐसे लगता है कि there is like a line, okay, which appears between the earth's surface and the sky. Now this line is known as the horizon. Then you have the coast. The place where the land and the sea meet is called the coast, okay, जहाँ पे land and sea meet. It may be near the rocks or it may be the seashore, okay. That place is known as the coast, okay. Many cities are situated on the coast. If you stand on the coast facing the sea, you will see that the sky and the sea, they are meeting one another at a distant place, but it does not actually happen. It is just an illusion. Illusion matlab we just trying to visualize that, okay. Fact नहीं है, हमें ऐसे लग रहा है, okay. So like the city of Mumbai is situated on a coast, okay. So the place where land and sea meet is the coast, okay. Many cities are situated there. अगर हम coast को देखेंगे, okay, if we are standing on the coast and we are facing the sea, हमें लगेगा that the sky and the sea are meeting, okay, that horizon point, okay, but वो वैसे होता नहीं है. It is just an illusion. Now let's talk about the solar system. We've already spoken about it. The sun and its 8 planets, they make the solar system. All the planets with their satellites move or revolve around the sun in a fixed path, which is known as the orbit. These 8 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. The sun is a star and it has its own light. The sun is the nearest star to the earth. Our earth has no light. It receives light and heat from the sun. And we also see many other stars, celestial bodies and the moon in the night sky. These stars appear very small to us because they are far away from us. Solar system में क्या है? There is sun and the 8 planets, okay. All these planets, okay, they move around move or revolve around the sun, okay, and they have their fixed path जिसमें वो move करते हैं. Now this fixed path is called orbit. Now which are the 8 planets? We already know it is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, okay. Sun, it's a star, it's not a planet, it is a star, it has its own heat and light, okay. और ये अर्थ से सबसे पास है, it is very close to the earth, okay. Earth has no light, okay. Where does it get its light from? अर्थ को लाइट कहाँ से मिलता है? अर्थ गेट्स द लाइट फ्रॉम सन, ओके. हीट कहाँ से मिलती है? फ्रॉम द सन, ओके. नाउ अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस वी ऑल्सो सी द स्टार्स. सेलेस्टियल बॉडीज दिखते हैं एंड मून ऑल्सो विच अपीयर्स जनरली इन द नाइट स्काई, ओके. अब ये जो स्टार्स है वो हमें लग रहा है कि बहुत छोटे हैं, बट इन फैक्ट दे आर वेरी बिग, ओके. बट हमें छोटे दिखते हैं बिकॉज दे आर फार अवे फ्रॉम अस, okay. So if you look at the diagram, you will see that where these different planets are placed. The sun, the moon, the planet and other stars, what are they called? They are called the celestial bodies, okay. Now do you know, in 1961 a Russian astronaut, Yuri Gagarin, took a round of the earth in spacecraft. So Yuri Gagarin was the first person, okay, who set to go around the earth, okay, in his own spacecraft, okay. Now let's talk about the movements of the earth. The earth is not an object positioned at a fixed place. It moves, it shows its movement in 2 different ways. It spins like a top around an imaginary line called the axis, and this movement is called rotation. It causes day and night. So the earth rotates from west to east. It takes 24 hours or 1 day to complete one rotation. While spinning on its axis, the earth also revolves around the sun. It is called revolution. The earth completes one revolution in 365 and 1/4 days. So जो अर्थ होता है, ओके, एक ही जगह पे इट इज़ नॉट फिक्स्ड, इट इज़ कंटिन्यूसली मूविंग. सो नाउ देर आर टू मूवमेंट्स, दो तरीके के मूवमेंट्स होते हैं. एक होता है लट्टू के जैसे, ओके, आपने लट्टू देखा है, जब आप थ्रेड डालते हो उसमें और उसको फेंकते हो, इट स्टार्ट्स मूविंग एंड इट मूव्स अराउंड इटसेल्फ, ओके. नाउ या फिर आपने बेब्लेड देखा होगा, जब आप बेब्लेड को छोड़ देते हो और वो घूमने लगता है, ओके, दैट इज़ व्हेन इट इज़ मूविंग अराउंड इट्स ओन एक्सिस, ओके. जो इमेजिनरी लाइन पे वो मूव करता है अपने आप में, दैट इज़ नोन एज द एक्सिस, ओके. नाउ when it moves, okay, on its own axis, it is known as the rotation. और रोटेशन की वजह से क्या होता है, डे एंड नाइट हैपन्स, ओके, बिकॉज ऑफ द रोटेशन. द अर्थ रोटेट्स फ्रॉम वेस्ट टू ईस्ट, तो उसकी मूवमेंट होती है वेस्ट से लेके ईस्ट में, ओके. एंड हाउ मेनी आवर्स इट टेक्स फॉर वन रोटेशन टू गेट completed? It takes around 24 hours, okay, as we call one day to complete one rotation. Okay, अब जब ये when it is spinning on its own axis, rotation के साथ साथ आप देखोगे the earth is also revolving around the sun, वो sun के आसपास भी घूम रहा है, okay, it is moving around the sun. Now this movement around the sun is known as the revolution, okay, and the earth completes one revolution in 365 and 1/4 days, okay. So if you look at the diagram, you will see the rotation of the earth, okay. So you have the equator, which is the middle point, okay. Then you have the orbital plane here, and you will see the earth's axis, how they move, okay. Then there is a line which is perpendicular to the orbital plane, okay, and it moves at 23.45 degrees, okay. Now the revolution, okay. So if you look at the revolution of the earth is moving around the sun. Revolution की वजह से seasonal changes भी होते हैं. The changes in the season also occurs because of the revolution of the earth, okay. So इसके लिए आप देखोगे कि कोई दिन छोटा होता है, कोई दिन बड़ा होता है, okay. Sometimes we have equal day and night. मतलब the number of hours that you had for the day, you have equal number of hours at night also, okay. When you have when the day is longer, तो आप देखते होंगे कि कभी कभी days are longer, तो अंधेरा होते होते around 7:30 7:45 हो जाते हैं, जब तक अंधेरा होता है. And when the nights are longer, तब आप देखोगे कि by 6:30 अंधेरा हो चुका है, okay. So that is how, along with that, the seasons also change, okay. You have summers, you have winters, okay, the different types of seasons, okay. This change occurs also because of the revolution of the earth, okay. Now so if you look at this, okay, March 22nd या 23rd को there is a vernal equinox. So इसके बाद, okay, you will see that the slowly the days are increasing, okay, and then you are into, then you have on June 20th or 22nd, okay, there is a summer solstice, okay. Now summer solstice में क्या होता है, that is when the earth, when you have the day and night which is equal. उसके बाद आता है सितंबर 22nd या 23rd को, you have the autumnal equinox. तो autumnal equinox में क्या होता है, slowly the nights start getting longer than the day, okay. Again December 21, 22nd, you have the winter solstice. That means that the winter season is starting, okay, it is starting to set, okay. Now so these are the different revolutionary movements of the earth and how the season keeps on changing, okay. Now let's look at the new words that we've learnt in this chapter. Celestial मतलब of the sky or heavenly. Rotation, it's the movement in circle around a center point. Revolution, one complete turn around a central point, okay. In other words, rotation is when the earth moves around itself on its own axis, and revolution is when the earth moves around the sun, okay, which becomes the central point Alright, now let's do a summary. Okay, let's do a quick run of the chapter. Our Earth is a unique planet as life exists only on Earth. Okay, the Earth is also known as the blue planet because 71% of the Earth surface is of what? Water. That is the reason why it is also known as a blue planet. The Earth is round, it has no edges. Okay, it is flat near the poles. Okay, the North Pole, the South Pole, it is flat near the poles. Okay, Earth is surrounded by the layer of air. The layer of air that surrounds the Earth is known as the atmosphere. Okay, and the place where the land and the sea they meet is known as the coast. Okay, the place where the sky and the land meets is known as the horizon. Alright, now let's see how much you followed the chapter. Let's do the exercises quickly. Okay, take the correct option. Which of the following planet looks blue from the space? Earth, Saturn or Mercury? It is our Mother Earth. The layer of air surrounding the Earth is called atmosphere. Space or mantle? It is the atmosphere. Which of the following is not a planet? Mars, Earth or Sun? It is Sun. Sun is a star. Which one is the movement of the Earth? Revolution, rotation or voyage? It is the rotation. How many planets are there in the solar system? 6, 7 or 8? It is 8 planets. Okay. Fill in the blanks. Nearly -% of the Earth is covered with water. Nearly 71% of the Earth is covered with water. We need oxygen to breathe. The innermost layer of the Earth is called, the innermost layer is known as the core. Outermost is the crust. Okay. Dash is the nearest sun, the star to the Earth. Which is the nearest star to the Earth? It is the sun. Our Earth has no light. It gets light and heat from the sun. Okay, now true or false? The Earth is not a celestial body. It is false. It is a celestial body. It is a part of the planets. 71% of the Earth's surface is land. False. It is water. The sun and its 8 planets make up the solar system. Yes. The place where the land and the sea meet is called the coast. Yes, true. We see many other stars, celestial bodies and the moon in the night sky. Absolutely true. Okay, now match the columns. Atmosphere. It is layer of air surrounding the Earth. Okay, the Earth is the planet that has life. Next is sun. Sun is a star and core is very hot. Okay, but as we move from the core and come towards the outermost surface or to the crust, the temperature starts, getting normalized. Okay, now answer the following questions. Alright children, we've already done this chapter. Okay, you need to reread it and start answering these questions. Okay, why do we call the Earth a living planet? Okay, because it has air and it has water which is fit for survival. Okay, so write this in detail. Which are the 3 layers of the Earth? Okay, the core, the mantle and the crust, the 3 layers. You can mention that and details about the different layers of the Earth. Okay, next, what do you understand by atmosphere? Atmosphere is the layer of air that surrounds the Earth. Okay, talk about this in detail. Okay, write about it in detail. Okay, what is horizon? Horizon is the place where the land and sky meet, that line, okay, that we can see. It is just an illusionary line, okay, actually. So, mention about that. Define solar system. So, what is the definition of solar system is what you have to mention over here, and you have to also tell us the different planets that exist in the solar system. So, write that about that also in detail, okay. Now, enhancing skills, HOTS. What will happen if there was no atmosphere? Imagine if the layer of air was not there around us, okay, that is the atmosphere was not there. What would happen? Would you survive? No. Okay, so think about it and write the answer in detail. Then, activity time. You have to name all the planets according to their size. So, write the different planet names as per the size. Okay, Project work. Make a 3D model of the earth and show water in blue color and land in green color. So make a 3D model और उसके ऊपर आपको blue में land portion दिखाना है and you have to show the portion of water on it. Okay, you can refer to the atlas or you can refer to the globes if you have at home and make a replica of it. Make a chart of rotation, how it causes day and night. Okay, so आपको rotation का chart बनाना है और देखना है कि day and night कैसे occur होता है. Okay, now life skills. As the earth gives us a lot, but we are causing the earth many damages, like making it polluted and increasing its temperature. How should we act to maintain its beauty? Now this is something that we need to think about, okay, and save our earth from the different activities that we do which are causing harm to the earth. So आप ऐसी कौन सी चीज़ें करना चाहोगे जिससे आप अपने earth को, अपने planet को बचा सकते हो from destruction? Alright, so children, before you think about it and before you start writing points based on that, quickly reread the chapter and complete all the exercises. So get going.